guys, it's Soda here, and I'm finally back with another story time. So I've been wanting to talk about this topic for a while now. I have been kind of hinting at it, but I'm finally going to talk about my old school and why I left it. A lot of you guys may know that I left my school around the middle of last year, pretty much as soon as I turned 16. You guys have always been asking me why, and I honestly wish I could say the name of the school because there's so many things wrong with it. So first I'm going to start with my experiences with being bullied at this school. So this school is supposed to be like a posh upper there school, right? There's uniforms and it's like one of the biggest schools in my country, hint hint. So as soon as I started the school, I pretty much knew no one, so I was very quiet until I made friends, and I had friends in classes, quote-unquote friends. I think it was my second year of high school and people started finding out I had a YouTube channel, which of course I never wanted people to know because it was very personal, and I'm not the kind of person to use something like YouTube to gain popularity or friends or anything. Hey, I'm a YouTuber. Yeah, that's right. I'm famous. Who wants to be my friend? I think because I am not that kind of person was the reason why I got bullied. Pretty much it started spreading around that I was this big YouTuber. The only people I told were like close friends because I don't want people to think of me as like higher than everyone else or something. Some of you may be thinking that being a YouTuber is a good thing in school and people might treat you nicely and want to be your friend or something. But you see, it's not really like that, and I also hate getting a lot of attention. Well, actually, some people might want to be your friend, but not because they actually want to be your friend, but because they want to use you. Especially because I'm a very quiet, shy person that I prefer being alone. I don't want to have all this unwanted attention just because I was popular on the internet. Like, it's really not a big deal. There's lots of people who are popular on the internet. I'm just one of billion. Being a YouTuber only made people yell at me constantly, whisper about me when I could hear them, yell at me asking for a shout out or ask me how much money I make. Again, some of you might think this is okay for some reason, but you see, they weren't actually fans. They didn't actually care about me at all. Because I was a YouTuber, I didn't have feelings. I wasn't human anymore. I was just an object pretty much that people wanted and was worth something to them. Usually they'll just purposely say those things to piss me off because it was obvious I hated it. So a little story, I was in class once and this kid on the other side of the room yells at me saying, "Hey, you're that YouTuber, right?" I don't know. "So how much money do you make?" "What? How much money do you make? Seriously? How much money do you make?" I keep telling them it was none of their business, and I keep asking it over and over again. By the way, the classroom was pretty much full at this point, so everyone could hear this thing yelling at me from across the room, asking me how much money I make. Also, did I mention the teacher was in there the whole time, and her reaction was just, okay, anyways, I'm a human. Yes, I earn money because I work. I have a job. Clearly, they don't know what a job is and don't know how to get one themselves, so they just want to become a YouTuber, and they think starting a gaming channel with no editing is how they will earn like millions of dollars or something. If you want to get somewhere on YouTube, it requires effort. Whoa, really? What's effort? It's not like I even make like a lot of money. I make like what the average 16-year-old with a full-time job makes. And like everyone else, I have to pay taxes and board too. So in the end, I don't even have that much money to spend on myself. As well as YouTube takes half of your revenue, so I'm really not making a whole lot. I'm not complaining about revenue, by the way, because I make plenty. Like, I'm fine. I make enough to survive, so I'm good. Why would I even tell a random kid how much money I earn? Why do you care? I became so scared to come to school. I hated just walking from one class to another because every time I did, someone would yell just to piss me off. More unwanted attention, which just gave me so much anxiety. If my friends went there, I would spend my lunch in the classroom if I could find an empty one, or a bathroom. It may not sound so bad, like a lot of people have it way worse than me. This kind of stuff's like really hard for me to talk about, like even to family and stuff. But since it's over now, I do want to actually like get over my fear of all this stuff and actually start talking about it to you guys. Maybe make people who act the same way as these people do in this story realize that what they're doing may not be okay for that person. Not everyone likes attention like that. Just because I have a few subs on YouTube doesn't mean I want a load of attention at school where I'm supposed to learn. I became too scared to see people and I started to hate myself and wish I never started a YouTube channel and wish I could just be seen as a normal, boring person, which is never really the right way to feel. Like, if you're doing something unique that you enjoy doing, don't stop doing it just because of people, which I never stopped doing it, obviously. I still keep uploading, even though I just became so like anxious to upload a video. I still did it, and I still am doing well. Yeah, I have met fans in real life before. Like, I've met a fan in the mall, I've met a lot of fans at expos and stuff, and I love meeting them, so I'm not saying that I don't like meeting actual fans, but these people aren't fans. You can tell when someone's a genuine fan and likes you. These people were just pretty much jealous assholes. Because most of the people who tend to yell at me and stuff had YouTube channels themselves and labeled themselves as a filmmaker and a YouTuber. But you see that they acted like they were like freaking PewDiePie or something. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I got 100 subs and 5 views on my latest video. Who wants my autograph? These are the kind of people who don't really get anywhere on YouTube and content doesn't even approve because all they care about is views and subscribers. Unlike those people that don't do YouTube for popularity and money, I do it because I love it and I love making others happy. Yes, money helps my content improve a lot and also makes my hobby a job that I can do full time. So I started doing counseling at school and I went quite a few times. It never helped. I also went to counseling for other things, like when I was trying to help a friend through like depression and stuff, and they didn't do anything. She always said that she was gonna like talk to the person and stuff, and she never did. My family could tell that I kind of wasn't really myself anymore. Pretty much started isolating myself from everyone, and I just always felt sad. Anxiety disorder is a common thing in my family, so I soon went to the doctors about it and I started taking anxiety/antidepressant pills, which did help me a bit. But of course it didn't help the bullying. I had panic attacks and breakdowns pretty much every week at school, sometimes more than once, until school finally let me leave and I turned 16. I tried to do homeschooling a year before then, but the school wouldn't let me because I was a good student. So apparently you have to be not smart or a bad student to be allowed to leave school before 16, because that makes a lot of sense. I finally got to leave and I haven't had a major panic attack since. I still take medication and it helps me a lot. I do think education is great and very important for everyone, but I don't believe it has to be done through school. And I don't believe school works for everyone. Education system in schools are awful in my experiences. I do have learning difficulties like dyslexia and dyscalculia, which school always like, oh yeah, we'll get a helper for you. And then the helper never ends up helping me, they just help the smart people. For those who don't know, dyslexia is like a disorder that kind of makes it harder for you to learn things like spelling, maths, writing, just kind of like the basic school stuff, and it can take you longer to learn things. It's pretty common and my dad has it as well. School knew I had learning difficulties, but still just put so much pressure on me, and teachers would assholes. For example, I got told off for asking what something was. I asked a question to my science teacher and all she said was, you should know this. You're a damn teacher. She was pretty rude to me. I'm pretty sure she hated me. She pretty much treated me like I was just stupid, which I'm not. I just take longer to learn things, like a lot of people do, but teachers don't seem to understand that. Until I complained to the school about her and she started acting a little bit nicer to me the next day. Like, how do you expect me to know all the answers to a test for something that we got taught once, like a month ago? So yeah, I pretty much started giving up on trying in all my classes except for art because I got so fed up with all my teachers and started teaching myself what I wanted to learn through the internet instead, like art, animating, languages, spelling, video editing, and more. Art was fun, but most of it was just copying popular artist styles and never being able to do our own, which is pretty stupid in my opinion. If we even tried mixing an artist style with our own, we would be told it's not enough like such and such's style, change it. So much for being creative, am I right? I think it's good to learn about other artist styles, but I don't believe we should be told off for even just changing their style a little bit into our own. You're not gonna get anywhere by just blatantly copying someone else's art. Pretty much all teachers care about is getting their kids to get good marks so they can get good marks. They don't care about you or your feelings or your disabilities. Unless you actually have like the rare teacher who actually tries to help you. Congrats, you're a lucky person. I've only had like 2 good teachers in my whole life who actually understand my learning difficulties and help me with them. Most of the time I just get my parents to help me or just help myself through the internet. Now there's also another side to my school. There's the uptight assholes who think they're better than everyone, and then we have the drug-addicted dropkicks who also think they're better than everyone. I didn't really know about these people until I started to actually meet a lot of them. Thank you very much to my boyfriend, Amu, for giving me some of these stories to put in my video from his experiences. Somehow he managed to survive all high school years at this school, and he graduated from it last year. On the last day of school, pretty much half or more of the leaving students were either drunk or high at school. Oh, and the teachers sure noticed it, but they didn't care. This didn't just happen on the last day, by the way. In the past, year 12s and 13s, year 12s aged from 16 to 17, and year 13s aged 17 to 18, have come to school drunk or high. But my boyfriend's knowledge, only one student was suspended for it. Apparently what Amu heard from many students, a teacher even sculled a can of beer on the last day of school in class with the other drunk students. Although he didn't see it himself, he just heard a lot of other people talking about it, so we're not 100% sure if that really happened, but I wouldn't be surprised. Amu was threatened to be beat up by a group of students in his first year of high school. He did tell a teacher, and guess what they did? Nothing. All they said was those students must be jealous and didn't do anything. More proof that teachers don't give a shit about you or anything else. All they care about is the numbers. So yeah, these aren't all the stories I have for the school. Maybe I'll make a part 2 or something one day and talk about more of the specific teachers and students I met there. I also did go to a different school after leaving this one for about a month that had like a different education system. It was a good school, but the people there were very interesting, so maybe I'll also talk about that school later on too. And yeah, I did end up leaving there because school just isn't really my thing. Public school, I mean. If you're starting high school and I scared you, I'm sorry, but trust me, not every high school is this bad. I mean, if you get a good one, you're lucky, but I'm sure if you surround yourself with good people, you'll be fine. If you want more videos like this, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!